Jai Gurudev. Welcome to Connect with the Divine with Paramahamsa Sri Swami Vishwananda. Paramahamsa Vishwananda is an enlightened, God-realized spiritual master. His mission on earth is simply to open the hearts of mankind. And through his Bhakti Marga organization, he helps spiritual seekers to experience and cultivate a uniquely personal relationship with God. The Sanskrit word bhakti means love and devotion, and Bhakti Marga is the path of living and loving the divine in daily life. One way to do this is through chanting the name of God. This practice is also known as japam. Chanting is a very simple yet powerful practice that has been used for thousands of years. Ancient saints and yogis have called upon this power of chanting to calm the mind and to attain higher states of consciousness. Many different spiritual traditions use chanting as a way to connect more intimately with the source of life itself. Chanting the Lord's name invokes his divine presence, and chanting with love helps you realize him within your own heart. You will notice that Paramahamsa Vishwananda is using a string of 108 prayer beads called a mala. A mala carries the vibrational energy of the divine name and helps to keep track of the repetitions. Paramahamsa Vishwananda will come online in just a few moments, and when he does, he will invite you to chant along with him for approximately 15 minutes. After the chanting is finished, he will lead everyone in a short guided meditation to support Mother Earth. Once the meditation is finished, please sit quietly for a few moments to enjoy the effects of your japam. When Paramahamsa Vishwananda comes back online, he will give satsang by answering your spiritual questions and revealing timeless truths to help you rise above the challenges and fears of today's world. It is very rare to have such access to a living master. It is even more special to have the opportunity to learn directly from him. We hope you enjoy your connection with the divine.
Have you ever looked into the eyes of a spiritual master? Come and experience it for yourself. Look into the eyes of real, unconditional love and let it open your heart. Paramahamsa Sri Swami Vishwananda is a God-realized master who lives in constant union with the divine. He lives at a place in the heart of Europe. It is called the home of the Divine Mother. From here, he is now giving what is called darshan online so that everyone can benefit. Darshan means divine sight, but simple words cannot do justice to the incredible experience of seeing and being seen by him. Look into the eyes of unconditional love and let it open your heart. You can now have your own experience of this divine master from wherever you are. Feel it for yourself and let love return.
Jai Gurudev, everybody. So let's start chanting Om Namo Narayanaya. At the same time as you're chanting, let your mind be focused on Srimad Narayana's feet. So chant with me. Om Namo Narayanaya, Om Namo Narayanaya, Om Namo Narayanaya, Om Namo Narayanaya. Om Namo Narayanaya, 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 Om Namo Narayanaya. Om Namo Narayanaya, 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 Namo Narayanaya, Om 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 Namo Narayanaya, Namo Narayanaya, Om Namo Narayanaya, Om Namo Narayanaya, Om Namo Narayanaya, Om Namo Narayanaya, Narayanaya, Namo Narayanaya, Om 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 Namo Narayanaya. Namo Narayanaya. Om Namo Narayanaya, Om Namo Narayanaya, Om Namo Narayanaya. Namo Narayana, 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 Om Namo Narayana, 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 Om Namo Narayana, Namo Narayana, Namo Narayana, Om Namo Narayana, Namo Narayana, Namo Narayana, Namo Narayana, Namo Narayana, Om 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 Namo Narayana. So now we'll do a meditation. So firstly, I ask you to concentrate on your third eye. Take a few deep breaths, inhale, and directly exhale, removing all pressure from your shoulder. keep your focus on your third eye. Visualize a light on your third eye. And when you see the light, go deeper into the light. And deep into the light, see your Ishtadev, the Guru or any deity which you feel close to. Now, let this light, bring this light to your eyes, your right eyes and then your left eyes. Let it purify your sight. Bring the light to your nostril. Let it purify your breathing. Bring the light to your mouth. Let it purify your taste. Bring the light to your ears, the right one, then the left one. Let it purify your hearing. Bring the light to your arm and hand. Let it purify your touch. Bring the light to your leg and feet. Let it purify your path. Bring the light to your heart. See deep again inside your Ishtadev or the deity you feel close to. Now let this light expand throughout your body. See that your body from the top to the toe, from the top of your head to the toe, each part of you radiating this light. And in this light, feel the calmness. Feel your heart. And chant with me. Asato ma satgamaya tamaso ma jyotirgamaya mrityorma amritam gamaya. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om. Jai Jagadev again, everybody. So sorry for before because my throat was dry completely. So this week it's amazing to see how normal everything had become, and also you see the rise in the COVID-19 things, and also in China, a new virus. So every time there is something new, it's good actually to keep people busy, keep people on the guard and alert. If people will be also alert in their spiritual path, the same way they are alert about every negative things which is happening around, they will have gone very far into their spiritual path. But sadly, you see people are drawn very much towards the negativity of the world than the positivity of the inner spiritual world. So stay strong into the positiveness and let your inner strength and power grow. So Jai Gopal will ask the question.
Jai Gurudev, Jai Guruji. In the Bhagavad Gita, chapter 3, verse 35, Krishna says, "Better do one's duty incorrectly than another's perfectly." How can we avoid turning this teaching into a disinterest in helping others?
Actually, look, Bhagavan, what he's saying in this verse, is not discouraging that you should not engage yourself in really getting to know other things. Here he's talking clearly about one dharma itself. Very often in our life, we always take example of other people. If that person have achieved something into the life, it's good. They are a great example, But very often we also want to achieve to that. We want to do everything what they do and try to attain to that. We forget that we are an individual person and God have created us unique. We have come here in a very unique way to experience this world and in a unique way, So when we try to do and try to aim to that goal what others have, we will be disappointed. Bhagavan said that you have come for something. You have come with a certain dharma here in this world. But first you have to discover your potential, because each person have that potency inside of them to make something wonderful, something great. And if you are in touch with that, of course, then you will grow into that field itself. But otherwise, when you try to do what others want you to do, you see, because our mind is like this, it is predominated by the thoughts of others. Most of our life, we have spent our life in listening what others want from us, what our parents want us to be, how we have to live our life. It's predominated. You see that in everyday life itself, Are you free to choose, really? No, you are not free to choose. In this world, you're governed by, you are a slave of society, you're a slave how people want you to be, and you play the game. The same game which you are playing toward the people also are playing towards you. You play the game to befit the people, and the people also play the same, respond to you. So everybody is playing a game of hypocrisy. Either people being themselves? No, they are not being themselves. When you are yourself, everybody have problem with it. So how would you be yourself? When you want to be who you are, everybody will tell you their opinion, their point of view. But knows one thing, that is their point of view. People are there, here to, these people care for you and really want you to grow and really want you to move forward with your life and support you. These people will always support you, but very often it's opposite. People always want to discourage you when you want to do something. How many times when you want to do something, people opinion, no, you can't do this. Why would you do this? They don't see that whatever you're doing is also an example. It is a learning for you. In spite of falling for several times, a child will always get up. If a child fall down and stay down, he will never walk. The child fell down so many times. When I was riding the bicycle at the beginning, I fell down so many times. But this is how you learn. But you get up again and you ride again. You get up in life again, you start walking. So when you have something deep inside of you and you want to achieve that, don't let yourself be discouraged by many people around. Because if you let yourself be discouraged by many people around, you will be the one which will lose. That's what Bhagavan said in this verse itself, Do your dharma. Don't try to do somebody else's dharma, somebody else's dream. Our parents have their dream, everybody else have their own dreams, and everybody else want and expect that that dream be fulfilled. If they can't fulfill it, very often with parents it's like this: if I didn't fulfill my wish, I want you to fulfill that for me. And this is completely wrong, because you have your own life, you have your own pattern, you have your own way to experience life itself. And if you want to make your life beautiful, you have to start living the life what you want, and ignore also other people in that context. It's not that you should not care for them, because this is in the question itself what you are asking, whether we should care or not. It's not that you don't care for the people. Sometimes by ignoring them, you're caring more for them than hypocritically listening to them. Or you don't want to listen to them, you just listen to them and just to please them. But by pleasing them, it's not right. You're going against your own nature itself. So when you go against your nature, what Krishna will say, in Bhagavad Gita, chapter, in the Bhagavatam actually, in Canto 11, chapter 20, verse 17, he said, one is the killer of one's own soul. Being in this physical body, situated, in this physical body which is rarely attained and acquired naturally. And you have the Lord Himself, which is, blowing, like you're sitting in a boat. The Lord is the wind which is blowing, and the Guru is the captain, but yet you don't attain to the life purpose, you don't attain to the ultimate aim of life itself. It's like you're suiciding yourself. And it is so beautifully, this verse, when you analyze it, it said, nobody else is responsible for that. Actually, you yourself, by not doing your dharma, you are killing yourself. You are committing suicide. So, when He have planned everything for you, because when you are born into this world, you're born to fulfill a certain dharma, to fulfill why you have come here. And of course, the Guru and God, invisibly, they are with you all the time. From the moment you take your first breath, it's all into the divine plan. The divine overview everything. You know, we'll ask the question, how can God, you know, there's 7 billion people in this world, how can He look after each single person? But He's omnipresent, you know, He's not bound by limitation like our way of thinking. He is in the indweller of each one. So, by being in touch with this divine consciousness inside of us, you know, and by knowing that Guru and God is guiding you in your life, and you have this deep inner feeling, stand strong upon your dharma. Even if the whole world is against you, the whole world is pointing finger at you, the whole world will tell you, no, you can't succeed. But stand strong, say, yes, I can succeed. I can achieve. You know, when you have that determination to achieve your supreme goal itself, you know, to finish with that cycle of life and death itself, you know, being free from that, you can be here and really enjoy the presence of God. Do what you have come here to do. And this is the true dharma in itself, you know. It's not about ignoring. You're not ignoring. You're not. It's not about not caring. No, sometimes you have to ignore some people so that you can show them that you care more for them. And it's the same, if you give attention, because everybody come to you for a reason. You know, they all come to ask you for something. They long for attention, they long to be here, they want something from you. Of course, to be good, you know, because you're on the spiritual path, you want to give your attention to them, you want to listen to them. But you can't know one thing, you can't help everybody. Each one have to help themselves. By helping themselves, you know, they will grow also. The same thing for you. That spiritual journey that you are going through, that journey which is called a life pilgrimage itself. You know, it is an endless journey. It is an unfinished journey, unstopping journey. You know? It's a journey which is so beautifully, which is in a constant movement. You know? But life knows, you know, in a constant movement towards where? You know, your Atma, when we talk about the Atma know what is the aim of that journey. What is the aim of that life itself? You know? In Bhagavad Gita, chapter 11, verse 28, you know, when Arjun looked at the cosmic form of Bhagwan himself, you know, he was terrified, you know, but he saw that cosmic form. He saw that these great heroes, you know, are gushing forth quickly into the mouth of the Lord himself, you know. He said, like rivers, you know, which is flowing toward the ocean. The rivers flowing toward the ocean, these heroes are gushing forth into the mouth, the burning flame mouth of the Lord itself. So when it is so beautifully, it's very poetic actually, you know, when we see the beauty of that, you know, how in this verse, you know, it is said that like rivers is flowing toward the ocean. That part itself, when we look at it, we see the journey of life itself. When we take, for example, the river take its source somewhere. But before that happened, the water is from the sea. The water evaporates, become clouds. Clouds move up to the mountain terrain. Then there it falls. It creates certain sources. The source flow to the river, become a river, and the river flow back to the ocean. So our dharma, we came from the cosmic body of the Lord. We came from the cosmic. We were ever present into the cosmic body of Srimad Narayana. But when we have our individuality, we came into this world of Maya, taking numerous forms, names, as a life experience, like you experience everything. Like the river, when it is flowing, from the source itself, it gathers so many information on its way. It is watering plants, it's watering the farms and so on life. But it keep moving. It keep moving towards the ocean. So our ocean is the lotus feet of Srimad Narayana. Our lotus feet is the feet where we have to focus our aim. And we have to flow towards that aim itself. So when we flow, when we are in that flow itself, when we don't stop ourselves, we don't let our mind drag us crazy and stop ourselves, we will carry on, we will do our dharma, we will do our duty, and we will reach that aim itself. And along the road, you will water the people which you meet, You will give that love you will share that love with everybody. But you can share it once you have it, once you realize it. If you don't realize it, how would you share it? That is what Bhagavan said, Do your dharma. Don't try to do somebody else's dharma. When you do your dharma, when you do what you have come here for, firstly, realizing yourself, and really help others also to realize, spread his love to everybody. That is the most beautiful. There was one saint, actually, from Calcutta, by the name of Sitaram Omkarnath. It's funny, this saint lived for around 300 years old. And throughout his life, he was such a great yogi. He had mastered all kind of yoga. He have traveled all around, from India till Persia, all around. He have traveled around. So one day when he arrived in Puri, in Jagannath, he was sitting on the seashore and he was in deep contemplation. His mind was fully absorbed in Jagannathji. So at that moment, there was such a peaceful situation around him that everybody was sitting in deep meditation. They could hear the anklet of Jagannath. And then they all hear Bhagavan saying to Sitaram Omkarnath, go and spread my name. Go and give my name to the people. From that moment on, this great yogi realized the importance of what he have to give to the people, to spread the divine name. If we want this world to change, this will happen by the name of Bhagavan himself. So such a great yogi could have said, go and teach yoga, go and teach asanas, go and give this and that. No, he said, Bhagavan said to him, no, go and give my name to the people. Go and give me to the people. This is another dharma. This is your highest dharma. When you become a devotee of the Lord Himself, you like to save others also. You like to help others also. This is your caring for others by giving the name of the Lord to other people also.
Guruji, the ego is so sneaky. It controls us by creating stories in our mind based on guesses, assumptions, and judgments. Then we go about our day thinking things about ourselves and about others that are not true. How can we stop this subtle delusion?
The ego, this is one thing which is one always hanging upon, And this is the cause of one misery. Because we have to see, in Bhagavad chapter, Canto 11, chapter 23, verse 42. There's a beautiful story, which Uddhava, Sukadeva and Uddhava Sukadeva is telling to Uddhava, saying, one have to be in any situation non-attached to anything. Then the question would be, is there anybody who really is like that? So the story goes on, but there was a very rich man, but he was a miser. And he only cared for himself. He don't care about anybody else. So in this context, all his relationship with his family was finished. His wife, his children, his son-in-laws and friends and everybody kept away from him. So in due time, he lost everything. Some people, all other people took everything from him. And he was very arrogant. He was very proudful. He never learned to listen to anybody else. He was only caring only what he want. This again, coming to that point from the first question itself. It's a bit different. It's similar, but it's different. In one, you see, we said not to listen to other people, but grow firstly and help others. This one, he was very arrogant, he was proud, but he didn't want to listen to anybody. He wanted only for himself, gain everything for him, and acquire everything only for himself. So like that, he lost everything. Everything was gone. His wealth, all the people around him. So he was a beggar. So in that state, people didn't recognize him. He left the house. He lost everything. He went and he completely was. But then he was thinking, where is my relative? Where is my wealth? Was that happiness? No, these things never brought me happiness. If that will be the cause of happiness, then I will be still happy. That didn't bring me any happiness. So in this, he started to reflect upon life and change himself completely. But he didn't change on the outside, he changed in the inside. He grew in the awareness, in the consciousness itself, that when people will ridiculize him, he will be neutral completely. People will beat him up, people will spat on him, people will steal his clothes, his rag, people will steal his shoes, his begging bowls, everything, but he will not. He will stay calm. Because he was completely absorbed into that divine awareness inside. So there's one part where he prayed, in the verse 42. He said, I'm not, these people are not the cause of my happiness or misery. Nor is the demigod, nor is the karma, my karma, nor is the planet, and so on. So he don't blame anybody for what was happening to him. Then he said that the only thing what is the cause of this misery is the mind. The mind, how the mind is fully attached to things, how the mind is colored by things that we give importance to, that is the misery, really. So, the mind, that what make our ego jump, But when the ego is jumping, when people are flattering you and all this stuff, they become very happy. But when that is crushed, when people tell you, oh, the truth about yourself, you want to hear? No, you don't want to hear. When the Guru will tell you, something about, when your ego and your pride is very, settle, you don't be able to hear anything. You become deaf. You even attack the Guru. You will even attack the people which wish good for you. And this is when your pride is blinding you, when you can't even see that. So, how to get rid of it? You have to be observant of your own attitude towards things, especially towards people which is dear to you, which is loving towards you. Because sometimes you can just hurt somebody more than words itself, more than anything else, it's the words that you say to people that will hurt much more. So be watchful, be alert, firstly, of what your action is and what you are saying to other people. Because you see, like I said, more than the arrow that hurt you, the wound that come out from your mouth is more hurtful. So just be aware of that and think well before you talk. Think well before you act. So like this, that will help you to keep your pride and the ego into control itself. So, Jai Gurudev.